Give it one of these again. Nice little quick click. Okay, we are good to go. Here we go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commanders, number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I have got both Sherman and Slothy with me. Sherman, how you doing today?
Not too bad, a little under winter, but I'm still alive here. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was just telling you guys before we started here, I'm sore. I was swimming so much. I really forgot how much I like swimming, so I spent like 8 hours yesterday swimming. It was a really good time.
That's good.
Yeah, I still float pretty good, apparently. So it was, it's definitely fun. Swimming's always been one of my favorite exercises. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then other than that, my book collecting has just continued on. You guys have wrecked me financially with reminding me how much I like books, like I said. So we went to a big book sale thing yesterday, found a few books. That's all the series I like are like old and out of print. So I hope I'm not into the Warhammer books like I was telling you guys. Too many books. And Slothy, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Also feel like I'm starting to get a little bit under the weather, but all in all, it's been a decent week. Got lots of work done, and people seem to be happy with it, so can't complain.
Well, it's always nice to hear. Always good to hear that it's been a good week.
Yeah.
I want to, before we deck tech this week, I want to just like touch on something fast because we're deck teching again. That's what we like to do. We haven't done a video yet about the unbans, but everything right now in Magic keeps just being like reactionary content, like new big news. And then everyone pumps out the same video. So we are going to talk about the unbans, but I wanted to give everyone just a little break from hearing about the like, I hate this, I don't hate this stuff. So we'll make like a small mini at some point episode about it. There's a lot of new game changers and stuff like that. But if you listen to our show, you kind of know we don't really play with a ton of the game changers anyways. I don't really put a lot of these into decks, neither does Sherman or Slothy. We kind of have gone into a more play with our friends route, right? You can every one of these decks that we build, you can always make into something better or more fun or more salty, right? Like it's very easy to do that. This deck is kind of a salty deck. I've played it a few times. No one seems to like it, but I like it. But it's cheap. It's cheap. It's got no game changers in it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that's why we didn't just like magically not hear about the bans and forget about it. It's just
there were bans?
Yeah. I'm just sure that everyone has heard every take under the sun basically about it, and no one needs to hear me rant for 5 minutes about why I don't like Cyclonic Rift and why it should be banned. Again, it's as long as it's a game changer, I'm okay with that still.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's my first thing. Second thing is, again, thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon. It is a very, very nice place to come chat about decks and everything. It's very nice. I really like everyone we have on Patreon. They're very fun to talk with and interact with. It's been fun to do spell table games. It's been really, really fun to just build decks with people. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to do a bit more. We got to play some in-person Patreon games too as well, which was a blast. If you want to support us not on Patreon, the easiest way, just like, share, subscribe. It really, really does help. People see more. They can come do it more. The more people will be like, oh, this might be worth checking out if you're sharing it or sending it to your friends. So sometimes we have interesting things to say. Sometimes I can talk, but not always. And then last but not least, put any decks you're building into these AI armor sleeves. They are great. Go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. That's going to get you a discount. It's going to support them. It's going to support us. Not what I previously said. That's removed from the edit. Only anyone in the live chat knows this. They know the shame. Yeah, houseofcards.ca. for any of the cards you want on this list. There's going to be some like fun ones and everything like that. I like some stuff, but very fast shipping, very, very good inventory. And yeah, let's get into my new Salty deck. With the Tarkir stuff, they tried to do like a reimagining of some popular cards for for legendaries, right? They wanted to do we honor like the tradition kind of line of thinking. So they just made Villainous Wealth a commander. That's the long story short of it. They made a Villainous Wealth commander, and it's pretty silly. It is annoying every time. It hasn't, like, I have a lot of fun playing it. So this is like a really, really budget deck. There's tons of cool ways to play this, but let's pop this up on the screen here. This is Kotis the Fangkeeper, and I think this is really, really cool artwork. I really like the look of it. It's a very nice looking card. It's one black, one green, one blue for a 2/1 zombie warrior legendary creature, Kotis the Fangkeeper. So, number one, they never should have put indestructible on this. That it's obnoxious. There's not really a lot of things that exile cards. So this card having built-in indestructible is really, really brutal. Because if you actually play with interaction, unlike me, having a commander you can't destroy is crazy. You have, generally speaking, in most brews, you have to worry about a Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile, maybe a Curse of the Swine, right? You don't see too many things that are going to remove it in like your everyday play, right? So your commander's very, very versatile, and it's removal target, but there's nothing to remove. This deck doesn't really have many things for actual creatures in it. But the rest of Kotis is when Kotis deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You can cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. So every time you hit, you Villainous Wealth for the damage. It's really annoying. There's kind of no way around it. A commander that can't be killed can come down really, really early. It is kind of annoying. I'll be the first to admit.
It seems
I'm not
fun.
gonna. Sorry.
I say it seems fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, as soon as this was spoiled, I thought of you.
Of me?
Yes.
I like to play other people's cards. I don't like when people play my cards. But at the budget of this deck, it wouldn't bug me. This is a like $65 deck, because you don't really need, generally speaking, for a deck like this to work, you would have had to invest pretty heavy into protecting your commander. It's going to get blown off the board with every piece of destroy the first time you take someone's stuff. But we don't have to worry about any of that, because it's really only sacrifice and what is the other word? Exile. Yeah. So we're pretty safe from a lot of things. If we're going against a deck that is like a return creatures to hand deck, not going to have a very fun game. Not going to have a fun game. We're going to have to kill that player real quick. So let's go into some of our sections that we have with Kotis. Like I said, this is basically an auras deck. I just thought that was the easiest route to go. You can go whatever one you want, but I like decks like this. They scale with the table, right? You can't be salty with me for the things I'm playing if the things I'm playing are your cards. You know what I mean? Don't play annoying cards if you don't want me to play your annoying cards.
But you're taking my cards, though. If you're taking my cards, I'm going to be salty regardless.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. Let's go into our first section. I'll let one of you guys start us off nice and easy.
First section being this copy one you got here?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. First card is Copy Enchantment, 2 and a blue, for an enchantment. You may have Copy Enchantment enter the battlefield as a copy of any enchantment on the battlefield.
Yeah. People don't really run enchantment removal, by the way. It's
true. They don't.
Everyone just kind of leaves it alone. They run a few creature removals, maybe a counterspell or two, but they can't counter every one of them.
I feel like a lot of people kind of fall into the same line of thinking as you, where to a less degree, of course, but
I was going to say, it was a really
having player removal be their primary source.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of unspoken to not play obnoxious enchantments. Like a lot of people but you see a lot of Mirari's Wake, a lot of mana doubler kind of things. I see a lot of Zendikar Resurgent kind of things where you get your double mana and your draw. So it's nice to have lots of cool copies. If there's no one else playing any enchantment things, it's still going to work out really, really well in our deck here. Sherman, you want this next one here?
Yeah, the next one's going to be Extravagant Replication for 4 double blue enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control, which is really fun.
It might be one of my favorite cards they've ever made. I just really like to stack the board with tokens.
Tokens are really, really popular. Like, I like cards like this, especially when you can negotiate with people and be like, hey, you have a Wishclaw Talisman. Why don't you give it to me? I'll make a copy of the Wishclaw Talisman, and then everybody gets a copy of the Wishclaw Talisman.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it going. Don't even worry. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I really, really like that card a lot. We have a very, I would say, pathetic creature section. We got 2 creatures to talk. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to call it, right? I'll take our first one here. We have Dreampod Druid, just because I like this card. 1 in the green, it's 2/2 human druid. At the beginning of each upkeep, if it's enchanted, you put a 1/1 green sapling creature token onto the battlefield. Just kind of something to get us really any tokens if we need to. It's very cheap. It's not a big investment to do. Early game, it can be nice before Kotis comes down to kind of start flooding our board out. But it's all right.
I love the art on that too. I don't know if I've seen that before.
It's like I said, all the art up here is really close.
The next and final creature we've got in this section here is Hateful Eidolon. Single black for an enchantment creature spirit. It's a 1/2 with lifelink. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you controlled that was attached to it.
It's kind of nice. A lot of times we're going to be, again, we don't have creatures, but we can cast your creatures. So we might want to throw some auras on them as well. So Hateful just gives us a little bit of that extra draw kind of things if people are killing their own creatures. I was going to say, before we even continue on, there is going to be a certain way that you have to threat assess when you're playing a deck like this. Number one, you can't do the I'm going to evenly spread it out and hit people, because you want your commander to get through. It doesn't matter if someone's not having a good game when you're playing this. You gotta hit them with the commander. Whatever is the easiest target to hit is the target you hit, right? Like your commander kind of sucks if it doesn't hit anyone. Oh, it's 2/1 indestructible. No, we want to hit people. We want to smash face with the commander, and sometimes that might mean attacking the same person 2 or 3 times in a row. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to know what your deck can't beat. We talked about this a little bit before in one of the other episodes. You got to know what your deck can't beat, and you with a 1 creature basically deck, you're not going to beat like a token deck that's flooding the board. They're going to overrun you. So sometimes you might need to swing into that token player early on, or use some of the evasion that's in the deck to get some of their token things, right? You're going to have to, if you have a player that's heavy on removal and stuff, right? Sometimes you're going to have to hit them to try and solve the problem, but you can a little politics with that. I know you run removal, Sherman. Let me hit you so I can try get rid of this product. Please let me hit you for 20. I'm digging.
Next thing you know, my removal is a board wipe on the top, and oh man.
Well, that's the nice thing. You can cast pretty much every board wipe at will from anyone who's run board wipes. You just smash that yes button every time. My commander stays. Let's jump into our next section here. I think it's Slothy.
No, it is Sherman.
Oh, then it is Sherman. Okay.
Me. Okay, we're going into the draw section. So we have Abundant Growth. Start off. It's a single green. The enchantment aura, enchanted land. When it enters, you draw a card, and enchanted land has add 1 mana of any color. So you're basically color fixing, and you're just cantripping into another card.
Yeah, that's exactly that. You're just trying to get that early color fix and replacing it. It's a free card in your hand, essentially. I have, like I said, this is a very cheap deck. We've got Concentrate, and I don't know if I'm going to keep Concentrate in the deck, but it was just around when I was building. It's 2 double blue. You draw 3 cards. It's nice and simple. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely something you can replace with a better draw spell, but it's what was beside me while I was building.
Then we've got Deliberate, 1 and a blue for an instant. Scry 2, then draw a card.
Fun. Ooh, we got Backdoor Fiction next. It's a 3 and a blue instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those into 2 piles. Put 1 pile in your hand and the other in your graveyard. This is such a great political card to play with. So yeah, I love it.
It is nice, yeah, because you can. It's revealed. Everyone gets to see what they are, right? So you can say, Sherman, please give me all these, but I won't use any of that on you.
Yeah, that's the funnest. So it's like, okay, like, let's be friends. I'll put all 5 in 1 pile here and nothing in the other one. Every single card in this 1 pile, you will not see going against you. It will go against this other person here.
All the time. My play group is like, you can have your lands or you can have your spells. I'm like, I need my lands. Please, I play with so little of them. We have next a Krufix's Insight. It's great for any aura kind of deck. 2 and a green. You reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hand, and the rest into the rest of the revealed cards in the graveyard. That's pretty much. It's pretty much a guaranteed hit in this deck. We got a lot of enchantments. And again, being able to get 3 for possibly 3 is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Next up here, we've got good old Opt. Single blue for an instant. Scry 1, then draw a card.
And the next card here we have is Rune of Morality for 1 in a black. Enchantment Aura Ruin. It has enchant permanent. When Rune of Morality enters the battlefield, you draw a card. As long as enchantment permanent is a creature, it has Death Touch. As long as enchantment permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature has Death Touch.
Yeah, I like that one. Mortality, by the way, Sherman. So sorry.
Oh, whoops. What did I say? Morality?
Yeah. Death Touch. No, Mortal Wound. The next one we have here is probably going to be one of the best enchantments in the deck. It's so nice that it came down so aggressively in price, but it's Seasons of Growth. 1 in the green, whenever a creature enters under your control, scry. That's not going to happen that much. Don't worry about that. But whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. That is just going to be such a power engine.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get that early, you're looking really good.
Oh, absolutely. Next one here is Thirst for Meaning. 2 and a blue for an instant. Draw 3 cards. Discard 2 cards unless you discard an enchantment card.
Enchantments? We don't play with enchantments in here. What are you talking about?
What's an enchantment?
Yeah, we've got, like I said, a bad creature section, not a wonderful draw section. But again, we're using your draw. We're using your creatures, right? So we don't have to worry about that.
The main draw is on your commander.
Yeah, that is true. We're drawing from your deck. And the next section is how we do it.
We have Evasion. Wow, we have a lot of Evasion cards.
We have a lot of Evasion. Wow.
Let's start off here. Sorry?
I said we have a lot of Evasion, yeah.
Well, you got that, right? You know, you want to pretty much guarantee to have at least 1 in your opening hand.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have to hit people.
Start off with, yes, 100%. We're going to start off with Aqueous Form for a single blue. Enchantment or enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't be blocked. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you scry 1. Fantastic card.
Right? I love all these next ones. The cartouches are great. So this Cartouche of Knowledge, we have 1 in the blue. It's an enchantment or a cartouche. Enchanted creature you control. When it enters, you draw a card. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 and flying. We're now up to 3/2. We're villainous wealthing 3 deep.
Nice. Then we've got Dragon Fangs. 1 in a green for an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. Whenever a creature with mana value 6 or more comes into play, you may return Dragon Fangs from the graveyard into play, enchanting that creature.
It's not going to happen for us, but we might hit theirs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. And plus, if not, like, the trample helps with your commander, so.
Anything to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Next card here we have is Flight. For a single blue enchantment or a enchant creature gains flying. Very simple.
The next one too, I like because it basically in every pod you're going to play, someone's going to be playing black, right? Like it's a very common color. People love playing black decks, right? And I see Urborg in a lot of games. I see a lot of Urborgs when I play. So Leshrak's Right is just one black enchanted creature, a swamp walk. That's going to help you get through to someone in the pod. And if it's not, well, then that's okay. You could also put an Urborg into this yourself if you wanted. There's a lot of room to upgrade. In the $65 list, believe it or not, there is not an Urborg currently. It's all basic lands and one Urborg.
Still takes up $40 of your $65 budget.
Yeah, I can't even afford the basic lands at that point. It's rough.
Next up here, we've got Primal Frenzy. It's a single green for an aura. Enchanted creature has trample.
Nice. And the next one we have is Primal Rage. Keeping on the primal theme here. The one in a green. All creatures you control gain trample.
We have a theme. We have a theme. And the theme is trample and possibly getting through. Because your commander gets pretty big pretty quick. There's just so many cards like this next Rancor, right? Rancor usually is a problem because you don't get the toughness increase. Your card's more likely to die. One green, enchant aura. Your creature gets 2/0 and trample. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. This is always coming back and going back on our commander. And I love this artwork. This is my favorite artwork of it. Just the lady beating the guy with the rolling pin is so funny. It's the only artwork I can play with of Rancor now.
Mod Smuggers.
Yeah, it's just so funny. Just
Next one here is Rousing Reed. 2 and a blue for an aura. Enchant creature. When Rousing Reed enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying.
Really, really like the flavor text. The great literature can transport the reader.
That's how you've been the last couple weeks with your books.
I have been reading so much.
There you go.
I'm catching up on years of not spending time reading books. Not being mean to anyone in Instagram comments. It's been very refreshing. Very nice time.
Okay, next one we have is going to be Rune of Flight. For 1 in a blue. It's enchantment or a rune. Enchant permanent. When Rune of Flight enters the battlefield, draw a card. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it has flying. And as long as the enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature has flying.
I love that all these runes kind of just replace themselves and give them things I want.
Mm-hmm.
I've always enjoyed casting these on equipment creatures ones, the ones that have like a reconfigure.
Yeah,
that's always good.
Because then, it's just like double purpose. So, anyways,
if you can drop these on boots and stuff, and suddenly your boots are giving flying, trample, death touch at a 0 equipped, that's pretty good.
I'm surprised you don't have Trailblazers boots in here.
Yeah,
the boots would be good. Like I said, I was
upgrade. Yay!
I was building. You know what? I'm gonna go put that on a maybe board right now. Trailblazers is a great set of boots to put in here.
Mm-hmm.
Trailblazers boots. Bam. Okay, they're in the list, and they're in the maybe board. But yeah, that is they're such a good. There we go. Sideboard. They're such a good like piece of evasion because who doesn't play with like non-basic lands, right? You're going to be able to hit people certainly.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot. I should put that in. We have our next one is Rune of Might, 1 in a green. Another enchant permanent that enters and draws a card. You can put it on equipment, yada yada. This one is as long as enchanted permanent is a creature gets 1/1 and trample, and the same for equipment. So again, just more trample, a little bit of buff. We're not really into the buff section of things We're just trying to get through. Right now, we're only villainous wealthing for 2 or 3. We're being pretty polite.
Well, as polite as you can be playing everybody else's cards.
I'm helping you. You built the deck. You wanted to play the cards. I'm helping you play them.
How many? You see more of your deck.
Yeah, exactly. How many games do you get to play 50% of your deck? Not many.
Next up here, we've got Citizen Training. 1 and a green for an aura. Enchant creature you control. When it enters, draw a card. An enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has trample. I like that a lot of these replace themselves.
Mm-hmm. They really help us churn through, and we're going to hit a lot of lands because of it.
Yeah.
And they're so cheap, right? 2 mana is very easy to start getting down.
Well, yeah, I was looking at the average mana value of the entire deck, and it's 2.19.
Oh, it's cheap. This deck spits stuff out. And again, we're hitting everyone else's stuff too, right? Like, we're getting so much free stuff. And the other thing I wanted to say too, Commander just gets more and more efficient right now as time goes on, right? People keep lowering their curves, making it more efficient, dropping in their 2 mana rocks, their sometimes 3 mana rocks, right? 3 mana rocks are almost a thing of the past at this point for a lot of people if you're not playing on a budget, right? So, I love a lot of the 3 mana rocks, but because of that, you see a lot of people just stuffing their decks with majority, like I would say 3 CMC or under. So even when you start hitting people with Kotis, a lot of times you're either exiling one of their bombs, like if somebody's got like a Seedborn or something great, like a Chroma, even if I don't get to cast it, that's phenomenal to have it exiled from their deck away from them. So yeah, I really like, but a lot of times I have never hit with Kotis and not been able to cast something.
Fair.
Okay, next card we have here is going to be Shimmering Wings for a single blue. Aura, enchant creature, yada. Enchanted creature has flying. And for a single blue, return Shimmer Wings to its owner's hand.
Got to keep it coming back. It's also really nice if you have something that Season of Growth where you can keep drawing. Nice to use it for like 4 draws a turn or something. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of instants in this deck. I'm sure you guys are shocked by that.
What?
We have Sleeper's Robe next. This is a blue and a black. Enchant creature can't be blocked except by artifacts and or black creatures. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card.
Solid.
Yeah.
Then we've got Stratus Walk. 1 and a blue for an aura. Enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has flying and can block only creatures with flying.
Our commander's many things, but it's not a blocker.
You've got Hateful Eidolon for that.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really simple, basic land section. There's nothing crazy to write home. Just cheap duels, guild gates. You guys get the point. All right, let's get into our next section here. Sherman, take us away with Make Our Commander Powerful.
First card we have here is going to be Anna Sanctuary for 2 and a green. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a blue or black permanent, which we do, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If you control a blue and a black permanent, which we do, that creature gets +5/+5 until end of turn.
It's quite the enchantment.
That's a fun enchantment. I'm sorry, but that's really fun.
3 mana to make your commander a 7/6? Yes, please.
Yeah, that's a little rough. It kind of changes the math a little bit on letting me hit you with your commander. I'm going to draw a new hand from your deck and see what we get.
Please, Daniel, no. I've already taken 17 commander damage from you. Stop it.
What's
Hit
that?
me again.
What's that? Mulligan and do it again. Yeah, what's that? Mulligan and do it again. We have Ancestral Mask because it's a monster card. Dropping this in the commander is almost unfair. 2 and a green, enchanted creature gets 2/2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield. That's a bit of a problem. If we have like a piece of evasion on our commander and even like the abundant growth, our commander's again +6/6. Like it's 8 8/7 at this point. It scales so good. It's it might one-shot people, and the worst part about one-shotting people is you're not going to get to cast their cards. Yeah, you gotta try. You gotta be a little chill. I want to play the cards. I don't want to just kill you.
Man, I didn't expect you to die that quickly.
Yeah. Hey guys, quick question: can we make commander damage 50 before this game starts? No reason. No, I just want to try something new out.
Next one we've got here is Druid's Call. 1 and a green for an aura. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, its controller puts that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens into play.
I like that. It's also it also makes you not want to block my commander.
Wow, it's $4? Good golly.
It's because of the Hazel deck. Everyone loves the squirrel tokens right now. I played the
that explains. Yeah, that's fair.
I played the Hazel deck on Thursday. I went out to play. It was a really fun deck. It was a pretty cool deck. I have it as the raw pre-con -5 cards, like just 5 had to throw in squirrel cards kind of thing. It's a pretty fun deck. I gotta edit it up a little bit more, but it's pretty fun.
Okay, the next card we have here is going to be Frantic Strength for 2 and a green. Enchantment aura has flash. Ah, that's interesting. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has trample.
It's really fun to throw at people when they think that they're gonna. Do you think you're gonna chump block my commander? I roll over and we start casting your spells.
And Duskmourn was so cool.
I do like the art of this Duskmourn with the lamp there. That's a pretty grim flavor text too. With his friends dead and his weapons broken, Taros sees the only thing he could to defend himself. A lamp, again, that's sad.
Well, that was kind of the whole theme.
I haven't read the story to Duskmourn yet.
It's interesting.
Because you're reading on the other books that you bought.
True. It is true. We have our Helm of the Gods.
You gotta stay focused. Sorry?
I was just going to go to the next one. Yeah, I don't know. I like to read. It's fun. I've been rereading all these Forgotten Realms ones, and I love these Forgotten Realms ones. I've just been churning through them every few days. I really like them. We have our Helm of the Gods here. I'm going to probably have to rebuild a bunch of the Forgotten Realms commanders, by the way, now as well. A bunch of them I'm hating even more than I was before because I'm like, why isn't this a better card? This is such a cool character. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few that were pretty disappointing. Although the Wolfgar, I still really like the Wolfgar deck, the double triggers. Worse Ishan, as I like to call it, is pretty good. I gotta I have to convince someone to let me pair Ishan and Wolfgar together so I can have an Ishan deck that also has green. And a second combat doubler in the command zone.
I don't know how much luck you're going to have convincing people to let you do that.
Yeah, Ishan's rough to play against. But you could try. Come on, guys, please. I built this. I don't even know what you'd use as an alternate commander for that. Oh, fine, I'll just put it away. We have our Helm of the Gods here. 1 mana for an equipment. Equipped creature gets 1/1 for each enchantment you control. Again, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a problem.
Then we've got Predatory Hunger. Whenever an opponent... Sorry, it's green for a aura. Whenever an opponent successfully casts a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature.
Yeah.
Never seen this card before. That's interesting.
It really, especially for creature-heavy decks, right? Like, I'm a creature-heavy player in basically every deck. That's going to make your commander like 4 or 5 bigger every turn.
Yeah, fair. Next card here is going to be Sheltering Rots?
Bows, yeah.
Rows? Ah, okay. For 2 and a green. It's an enchantment. It's an aura. When it enters, you draw a card, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Okay.
Nice little buff again. keeps the toughness up so we don't get what's the toxic deluged so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Our next one here, Sinister Strength. A lot of the black auras don't give much of a toughness boost, but that doesn't matter to us. One of the black, another aura, enchanted creature gets 3/1 and is black.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got indestructible, the toughness is.
Yeah. Again, I also love the flavor text of this, and I love these old artworks, but I bless the living with a song of death. It's pretty metal.
Yeah.
That's undeniably heavy metal for sure.
And then the final one here is Tainted Strike. Single green, or single black, sorry, for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+0, gains infected till end of turn. I don't know why I thought green.
The darker green.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking about infect, so I might have been thinking about scale up.
True. Yeah, Sherman, you start us in our protection section here. Again, a nice $2.95 protection. We're pretty good. Pretty happy with that.
Sounds good. All right. So we're going to start off. Ooh, wow. This is interesting. All right. We got an Eel Umbra for 1 and a blue. Flash. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. But the key thing here is that it has totem armor. So once again, reminder, totem armor, if enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. Granted, our commander is indestructible, but if we cast it on someone else's stuff, hey, we get to keep it longer.
I do keep seeing people play stuff like a Shadow Spear and I can remove your indestructible. All right. All right, calm down. We have Lion Umbra. I love these, the enchant modified, like white has one, the Crown of something. But it's the same thing. It has to be enchanted creature. This is a double green. So enchant a modified creature. So equipment auras, controlling counters and modifications. Enchanted creature gets 3/3 vigilance and reach, which are pretty phenomenal stats for our commander at 2. And then it also has Umbra armor if the creature would somehow be destroyed. Instead, remove all damage from it and destroy this aura.
Yeah.
Very nice to cast on things from someone else's deck that we want to save.
Next, we've got the Spider Umbra, single green for an aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has reach, and it's also got totem armor.
Fun. Next we have, it's going to be Starlit Mantle for 1 and a blue. It has flash. And when it enters, enchant creature you control first. That's really important. So you can't enchant someone else's stuff. When the mantle enters, enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1.
Nice little fun trick. It's very nice card in foil too.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Ooh.
Yeah, it really pops in foil.
This would be really nice in foil.
Yeah. We have our Tree Folk Umbra here. 2 and a green. Enchantment aura, enchant creature. The creature gets 0/2 and assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. And has totem armor.
Then we've got Vow of Light. 2 and a blue for an aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, flying, and can't attack you or a planeswalker you control.
I really like the vows because best case, we just get +2/+2 and flying, which is great. Worst case, we keep something scary away from us.
Yeah.
Very true. Next one we have is going to be Vow of Torment for 2 and a black. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has menace, and can't attack you or a planeswalker you control.
Yep. And then we have another final Vow of Wilderness here. For a 2 and a green, it's another enchantment with aura. Enchanted creature gets 3/3 trample and cannot come at me. Can't come at me, bro. Can't attack you or a planeswalker you control.
Too bad these weren't goated.
I wish they were. I think some of the newer ones do goad, but I don't have any of those ones.
There.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to say before we continue with our two, I have a lot of I want to says in this episode. Jeez. But it's very fun that you can just like Kotis. Let's see how much Kotis is as a commander itself. This is a 49-cent commander, so it's a 50-cent card that you can just really build by going through your box of like just random common nonsense. It's very fun for that fact, right? Like you don't need to. None of these cards have been absurdly expensive or powerful. You could make this more budget by removing some of the things that are like $4 or $5 in it, but again, it's so fun to be able to build a functional commander out of essentially just kind of nothing. And like I said, it's going to scale with whatever group that you play with, right? Because if you're playing with other budget players, then you're going to be casting their budget spells. If you're playing with other players who are going pretty high, it is pretty fun to like have a $60 deck rock you for 30 damage and then cast your $400 of cards.
Yeah. Like that's one thing that I've really, really liked about this deck so far. Is that all of these cards are really easy to find as well.
Very accessible, yeah.
Like they're like predatory hunger, maybe. But everything else is probably in a bin somewhere.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it just kind of, a lot of these are just passive commons from cracking packs. Commons, uncommons. You can see a big theme of a lot of Commander Legends cards.
Oh, yeah.
I did buy a lot of that.
Looks like Commander Legends and a bit of Ikoria as well.
Yeah, you get it. You understand. You guys see what seal I was buying. Let's jump into our ramp section because, again, I want Kotis out as fast as possible. It is very nice that with a perfectly ideal hand in this budget deck, you could turn 2 Kotis.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. If you get like a land, Soul Ring, any of the diamonds, and then the other color of land you're missing, then you're great. we could start swinging Kotis really early that way. It is, I think, Slothy starting us off here.
I believe so. First one here, we've got the good old Arcane Signet, 2 mana. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity.
Yeah.
And then we have a Charcoal Diamond for 2 mana. It enters tapped, and you can tap it for a black.
I almost use these diamonds religiously right now in my building.
Absolutely.
I think that they're fun.
They are so great.
They're such a nice, again, they're cheap, easy. They smooth your deck out. And if you want to upgrade, they're a great piece to remove later if you want to upgrade into something faster or something more efficient. Like, again, you could upgrade this deck pretty easily by getting rid of the diamonds and starting tossing in just even your Birds of Paradise, Land of War Elves kind of thing, right? Your 1-drop things are going to generate mana. It'll go a little faster, but I love the Charcoal Diamonds. I love all the diamonds so much. We've got a Commander Sphere, nice and simple, 3 mana. Add 1 mana of any color in the identity. Sack it, draw a card. Good early, good late.
Yep. Then there is Fertile Ground. 1 and a green, aura, enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional mana of any color.
Good. Then we have Gift of Paradise for 2 and a green. Enchant land. When Gift of Paradise enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. And enchanted land has add 2 mana of any color. Sorry, any 1 color.
Yeah, I like it. It's again a nice little simple piece. We have our Mind Stone here as well. This is a 2 mana rock. I also kind of just put these in. They're so cheap right now, which is nice. Just 2 mana, taps for colorless, and then pay 1, sack it. You can draw a card. Again, I like to be able to throw those rocks away later if I need to reset my board. And later in the game, I don't need all that mana that I was stockpiling early, but being able to hit any of these early on and smooth it out is pretty nice.
Yeah, 100%. Then we've got the Moss Diamond. 2 mana, enters tapped, add green.
Same thing with the next card. We have a Sky Diamond for 2 mana. Enters tap, and you tap to add a blue.
I'm just taking a quick look before we go on. I don't know if I even have any instants or sorceries in this deck.
You've got a couple.
Do I?
Yeah, 8 instants, 3 sorceries.
All right. Okay. We'll work on that. We'll bring it down. We'll bring that number back down where it should be.
Even 7 and 2 is better than it is right now.
That's funny. That's really funny. We have our Soul Ring as well. Nice and simple. 1 mana, taps for 2 mana. I lose every game that I Soul Ring early, by the way. Just again, I know that's the statistic, but it is true. Everyone comes at me pretty hard when I play my Soul Ring. Just leave me alone. I just want to play cards.
Well, I mean, it's mana positive rock. I would attack you.
So, what I'm hearing though is that if you don't include Soul Ring, your chances of winning go up.
The way that I'm playing, yes.
Stop including Soul Rings into your deck.
Why do you think I haven't put Why do you think I haven't put a single Soul Ring in a single deck I've built all year?
Yeah, statistically speaking,
you're better off that way.
Please,
exactly.
Please just let me have the Soul Ring.
No. Next up, though, we've got the Urban Utopia. 1 green, aura, enchant land, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted land has tapped to add 1 mana of any color.
Getting these like color fix draws early is so nice because you're replacing it, and a lot of times I'm hitting another land. I'm hitting that land I was missing in my opening.
Well, you've got like Chromatic Lantern, which is a bit more of a pricey card, so having all these little like Urban Utopia, Fertile Ground sort of things feels really nice and also fits the theme better than just stuffing in a Chromatic Lantern.
Yeah.
Or an Eidolon of Blossom.
Yeah, like any of those things. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, I think you meant.
That one.
Yeah. Again, you can power it up and you can make it a little smoother if you want, but I find all these budget ones just kind of do the trick. I haven't played this deck as much as I have wanted to just yet. Like I said, I've only played a few games with it, but it's been very, very smooth. Like the path of what I'm doing has been very, very smooth every game. Yeah.
Okay. Next one you have here going to be Wild Growth for a single green. Enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for a mana, its controller add an additional green.
That is nice early ramp. I like that. We have our Zagoth Crystal. Yeah, you're right. I do have a lot of Ikoria stuff in here. 3 mana for an artifact. You tap to add either a black, green, or blue, and then it does have the cycling ability later on if you need it.
Yeah.
Look at this, by the way. I have some removal in the deck.
You're growing up.
I don't know why Cartouche of Strength is in removal. Oh, it's good. Okay. It's kind of you'll see.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we've got Cartouche of Strength, 2 and a green for an Aura Cartouche. Enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, you may have enchanted creature fight target creature an opponent controls. And enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample.
That's why it's in the deck.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why do I have this here? This is bad.
Having a big old indestructible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a fair fight. Indestructible. Boo. Next card we have is going to be Imprisoned in the Moon for 2 and a blue. It's an enchantment. It's an aura. You can enchant a creature, land, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent is a colorless land with tap to add a colorless mana and loses all other cards and abilities.
I have a weird relationship with this card. I love to cast this card. It's so fun. It's great. Every time I cast it, masterful strategy. It's the best target, the best there ever was. It's so good. But on the reverse, if anyone casts this on me, it wrecks my day.
Yeah, this completely shuts off Kotis.
Yeah, this. If you imprison Kotis in the moon, well, there's not much things I can do. If in fairness, if you imprison the moon and Kotis, I'm just enchanting everyone else's creatures to kill you till I'm dead. I'm now just a support enchanter. I've changed what class I am. We have our Casmina's transmutation here. 1 in the blue, enchant creature. These are all mean cards. I just remembered. I played this on Brady. It was one of the people I was playing it against, and I played it on Brady's Kaikar deck, where he was like making spirits. Like I turned that Kaikar into a frog, and he was not too happy about it. Turns out those spirits can still attack me. Yeah, I died pretty quickly after, but I did have fun. So Casmina's transmutation, 1 in the blue, enchant creature, it loses all abilities and has base power toughness 1/1. It's a rough card. These are all rough cards to be hit by.
Then we've got the Kenrith's transformation, 1 in a green for aura. Enchant creature, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk with base power and toughness 3/3.
Yeah, these are all going at people's commanders every time.
Boo!
I remember back in the Edmonton face-to-face event we did when we were doing that Emperor game. I cast this. This was after the guy pulled out a full Winota CEDH deck to dummy us on turn 2.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I'm playing pretty casual.
Are you sure?
Wink.
Put this on the one guy's commander, and he was not pleased.
Yeah, Jeweled Lotus into Winota. Very casual.
Extremely.
I was shocked it wasn't more casual. But yeah, no, the Kenra's transformation is brutal. The fact that it disrespectfully also lets me draw a card, I get to replace it with other. It's so brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And I never block people's. Every time I cast this on things, everyone's like, "Well, I'll just swing, so someone will block it." I'm like, "No, you were elked for a reason. that reason was you cast your commander."
What is going on here, Dan?
Yeah, I've got one. I have one.
You've got 2.
Yeah, what the heck?
All right. I've got 1 or 2.
We have a mana leak. A mana leak for 1 in a blue is an instant. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3.
I can't put Mana Tithe in the deck, so. Man, I love Mana Tithe too. Yeah, I like I said, I was building out of mostly just like my box of commons and uncommons, and I was like, I should put at least something in here. Again, people are going to try to kill your commander in any way possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's playing a bounce deck, they must die. Oh, you're having a bad night and you were mana screwed last game? I'm sorry. You can't have your cards still.
All right, so I'm going to Isochron Scepter with a Cyclonic Rift underneath it.
With an unsummon underneath it, I would still work.
Oh, yeah.
That would.
However,
would hurt.
you got to go for the saltiest version possible.
No. Don't do it. We have our Mystic Subdual here as well. 1 in the blue. It's another aura with flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0 and loses all abilities. I also do, like you said, it is a lot of Ikoria, but mutating onto the creature won't give it new abilities. It can gain abilities in other ways.
What a timestamp.
Yeah. I really like the artwork of Mystic Subdual a lot.
Yeah. I want to go back to Ikoria so badly.
Oh, I loved Ikoria. Ikoria was phenomenal.
So good.
I do want to see more mutate cards.
I loved the partners. I didn't like mutate, and then I saw people building it, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
Mutate is so cool. Also, speaking of...
You could have done Kotis as a mutate deck.
True.
Nethroy in Toughness Matters Felithar.
Pretty good.
Pretty good
to bring all that stuff back, yeah. I love Nethroy.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler. Yeah, I do love that one.
Next up, we've got Negate, because I don't know what's going on anymore with you. 1 and a blue for an instant, counter target non-creature spell.
I put 1 in every now and then.
To surprise us.
I put them in the worst decks too. That doesn't even make sense. It's like a deck that I don't need 1 in because it's all I'm playing garbage and you can't kill my commander. And I'm like, counter spells. That's what I need.
Yeah, just keeping it around to counter somebody's Soul Ring or something.
Every time, that's exactly what I would do too. Every time I'm any glass cannon build where I need some of these counter spells, I'm like, no.
I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah. Then I get hit with Cyclonic Rift, then I'm salty all night.
Yeah. Next card we have here is going to be Raven Form for 2 and a blue sorcery. Exile target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying and has foretell for a single blue.
Yeah, I love foretell too. That's another mechanic I want to see more of.
Mm-hmm. That Edgin deck is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Where it gives all your stuff foretell.
Is that the Bard? Is that what Sherman plays?
Yeah.
The Song Tribal one?
Yeah.
That's cool. And did you see the promo version of that, Sherman, for playing right now?
Yeah, I did. I kind of want to try to find it and grab it, but it's hard to find.
Go shake Adrian down and be like, give me this card. Oh, it's me. Sorry. I'm like, all right, guys, come on, anytime. Wilt. 1 in the green, another instant, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then it just has cycling for if we need to throw it away for a card draw.
Yeah,
I like the axe and spear and stuff plants. I think it's pretty cool looking. But yeah, that is my my Kotis deck. There's not much of a black section in it. It's pretty green and blue. But a lot of the black enchantments that are like the best, in my opinion, are things that like bring your card back when it dies, and your commander's not really dying that much. To date, no one has successfully removed this commander from me.
All right, Sherman, you know what we must do.
Against me yet.
Yeah, it's true. But again, destroy doesn't matter. It's like I said, Kotis is really, really cool to build around, especially as if you've never built anything that's budget, it's a really, really fun place to start because it functions well, and it's I really like a deck like this, and I also really like playing straight clone decks because a straight clone deck is nothing unless the table is good. If the table's playing bad stuff, then okay, my deck is pretty terrible. I'm playing 4 mana to copy your Birds of Paradise. But if the table's playing like Eldrazi and Ulamog and stuff like that, where it's all these crazy attack triggers and high mana stuff, you got all your Seedborns out, your Achromas, well, then my clone deck is pretty efficient, right? It's going to be the same with this, right? You're going to get the better the table you play this into, the better results when you Villainous Wealth them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun playing this every time, and it's fun to play a budget deck that just slaps.
Absolutely.
It says it's not a salty deck, but I promise you that is wrong. People do not like when you cast their spells.
It's true. It's true. When you take away their spells, yeah, it people get very salty from that.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I've had a ton of fun playing this deck. Like it's a great shell as well. Like if you were to see a deck like this for $60 on the shelf, you could take this and play it off the rack, or you could go and upgrade it to your heart's content and make it so good and so much meaner. Like this deck has a lot of room for improvements if you want, but I personally, I don't feel it needs it. I just have a blast playing this cheap deck. Like the winning with a budget deck does feel nice.
Yeah. I want to see. I'm going to challenge you, Dan.
Okay.
I want to see an equipment version.
An equipment version?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I could do that. My only problem with the equipment version is I guess you got to put them all back on, but at least they don't fall off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not so bad because you have things like that you can put all the equipment onto target creatures, so it's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So slap them in, throw in like Felix 5 boots, get the double triggers for when you deal the combat damage, cast even more spells. Hey, you're good.
Mm-hmm. This guy gets it.
I love Felix too.
Felix is so much fun.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's a lot of really cool ways. Instance, I think, would be a really fun one too. Because there's tons of like tons of combat tricks that are like a giant growth, those kind of things. One of the notable ones, version 1 of this while I was building it had colossification in it, where your commander gets like 20. But again, I want to cast the cards. I don't want to just kill you with commander damage. I want to play the cards. Yeah.
More Ikoria love.
That's true.
It is more Ikoria love. I'm a simple man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But yeah, no, I like I said, I love this card. I didn't like the other Kotis that they had for the set. I thought it was pretty bad. And I was like, wow, this is like the worst mythic. And then I saw this thing and I was like, okay, well, this Kotis slaps. What is the other Kotis while I'm trash talking it? Yeah, Sibsig Champion. Yeah, it's once during your turns you can cast a creature card from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards. Yeah, it's terrible. I was like, maybe I'm just hating. No, it's a terrible card. But maybe it's only terrible because that's just not my playstyle. Who knows? But like I said, this is my nice little cheap deck here. It's very, very easy to assemble. There's going to be lots of ways. I think there's a few cool cards I found. That Anna Sanctuary specifically, that's really, really fun to play with.
Yeah, it's such a cool card.
Not one you see, and that's a very big static buff.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that 5/5 just for controlling our commander is pretty rough. I might start putting that in Muldrotha, so Muldrotha is huge. Because again, if you kill it, I just recast. Oh man, I could do Muldrotha decks for days. That's it though. It's you guys have any other closing thoughts on this before? Oh, and also name the deck Aura Farming because it's just fun. Just fun to Aura Farm every now and then. You guys get it?
I have nothing else to say about this. Well, it seems fun, so I wouldn't mind trying it out.
Let's go.
Yeah, I feel about the same way. I really, really enjoy it. I am a big fan of Aura and equipment decks in general. And I feel like this one's going to be a lot of fun to play both with and against.
That's fair.
I feel Sherman and I might have some luck because we run a little bit of interaction that can deal with it.
Not enough. It's never enough.
All right, 5-color Kenrith, all exile.
Wow, that would be a brutal deck. That'd be hilarious to play. Just the worst deck ever built. You don't win, but wow, do you wreck the game for someone? Yeah.
It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, and the journey absolutely sucked.
There you go.
I'm rolling the outro here. Thank you guys so much for getting through our lovely Kotis deck. If you want to support us, like, share, subscribe. It really does help out. Going above and beyond that, come to Patreon. Great place to build decks, play spell table games. You can get Kotis in the face. See what's up. You can see Thunder beat me with a Kellen deck. I'm still devastated by that. If you want any of these cards that are on this list, go to houseofcards.ca. Promo code IT99. That's going to get you a discount. They've got great inventory, great stock. They're very, very fast shipping too. Really, really like them. So great spot. And AI armor sleeves for this. They just have really nice sleeves. Every time I use the sleeves, I'm just like, these are great. So they're even if we didn't like working with them, I would still be like, put your decks in these sleeves. They're great. So yeah, that's it. Nice, easy, very, very budget achievable deck. I also want to see like upgraded versions of this. I'm sure there's much better Kotis decks than mine. So I guess you could put Double Strike on it. Let me brew a new Double Strike version.
Throw Fire Shrieker.
The equipments do have Double Strike. We could make it go hard. Let's just let them have the relaxing. I'm so sorry. Bye everyone. All right, we're out.
All right, laters.
Doodles.